Hello class, today we're looking at multiplying matrices. The essential question is, how do I use a calculator for matrix operations? Your learning intention. I'm learning to solve matrices with a calculator. So for the warm-up, we're going to find the determinant of the following. This tells you how. Can you apply it and find the determinant of these two 2x2 matrices? Please pause the video and see if you can do it on your own. Well, I hope you tried. Remember, you're going to take A times D. So that's -5 times -10 minus. Now we're going to do the other diagonal. 8 times 4. Okay, any questions? Negative times negative is a positive, so it's 50 minus 32. 50 minus 32 is 18. Okay, now that you had the example, can you do the second one on your own if you were still struggling? Please pause the video and see if you can do the next one on your own. I do hope you tried. So here we go, diagonals again. 9 times -8 minus 9 times -8. If you think logically, we're taking one number and subtracting the same number from it. So if you take one number minus itself, what do you end up with? -72 minus -72 is equal to 0. And that would be your determinant. So one of the things we need to know about are inverses. The inverse of a matrix A is defined as A to the matrix A to the -1 power if and only if matrix A times its inverse is equal to its inverse times the matrix A, which is equal to I. I is your identity matrix. We haven't defined what the identity matrix is. For a 2x2, it is 1, 0, 0, 1. There's your identity matrix. That will come in as an important part of our lesson when we get ready to do the project on matrices. So, if the determinant is 0, you cannot find the inverse because the inverse is found by swapping the positions of A and D, putting negatives in front of B and C, and then dividing everything by your determinant. You can't divide by 0. If you can't divide by 0, then it can't be done if your determinant is 0. So we will do the first inverses together, and then I will show you a quick way to do it with a calculator. Okay, so let's see what our determinant is. Okay, -5 times 7 minus -4 times 8. -35 minus -32. You don't minus the negative, you plus the positive. -35 plus 32 is -3. Okay, so I've got my determinant. Now let's do the rest. So switch A and D. So this will become 7, and this will become -5. You've got -4 here, you've got +8 here. These become their opposites. Now, we divide everything by 3. 7 divided by -3. -8 divided by -3. 4 divided by -3. -5 divided by -3. Let's make this look a little prettier now. 7 divided by -3 is -7/3. -8 divided by -3 is 8/3. 4 divided by -3 is -4/3. -5 divided by -3 is 5/3. And we're done. Now, as promised, I am going to show you how to do it with a calculator. Step 1, put it into your calculator. So to find, right here's our matrix button. So we hit our second and our matrix button. We go over to edit and we hit enter. Okay, this is a 2x2 matrix. 2 rows, 2 columns. Okay, put the numbers in. 3, -6, -2, +6. Make sure you hit enter after all of them or it will keep that last number that was there before. This is where it becomes clunky. Second mode to get out of that screen. For my inverse, second matrix. I want matrix A. My inverse button is right here. So I hit it with a -1, and there it is. Okay, 0.333 is the fraction 1/3. 0.5 is the fraction 1/2. And we're done. It actually takes longer to put stuff into the calculator than to do the math with it once it's in. So it makes it quick and easy. Remember, if your determinant is 0, it won't work. 3 times 6 is 18. 6 times -6 times -2 is +12. 18 minus 12 is 6. So the determinant was not 0. Okay, remember, when we do the matrix multiplication, the number of columns in the first matrix must be equal to the number of rows in the second. So the first thing you're going to do is to look at your size. This would be a 2x3. This will be a 3x2. Those two are the same, so we know we can do it. First thing we do, go to our matrix button. Go over to edit. I'm just going to use this as A and replace it. This is a 2x3. Now put all your numbers in. Make sure you've done it correctly because it is easy to get off one number or even a line. Okay, that's done correctly. Second mode, this is where it's clunky. Second matrix again, I go over to edit. This time I've got to go down to B. This is a 3x2. and it's -4, 2, -3, 4, 3, -5. Make sure you have it correct. Do a quick check. Second mode to get out of that screen. Second matrix. This time I want A. So I'm looking at this. I hit enter to get A. Multiplied by. Here's your multiplied by. Same thing again. Second matrix. I go down to B. Now I've got matrix A times matrix B. I hit enter, and it gives me the multiplication. And we're done. So as you're looking at this, make sure that you are able to understand what it is asking for and how to do that. Okay, second page. It shows you, it tells you how to do it. In between each, you've got to hit that second and then the mode button to get out of the screen. You keep you do the same thing over and over and over again until you get the matrices that you want in. You can use the same letters all the time, or you can actually put in multiple matrices by just going down past B to C, D, E, F, and so forth. So, step 1, look at your sizes. Does the columns match the rows? So this is a 3 by 2. This is a 2 by 3. Those two match up. We know we're going to end up with a 3 by 3 when we're done. So now it's time to put those in the calculator. Second matrix, go over to edit. I'm just going to change mine. This is a 3 by 2, and it's -5, 10, 8, -9, 0, 8. Okay, second mode, second matrix, go over to edit, go down to matrix B. This one needs to be a 2 by 3, and it is 5, 6, 4, 9, -1, -4. Hit enter in between each of them. Now, because I put them in the exact same order, I can actually hit second, enter, and it comes back, and there is my new one. Okay, at this point, hopefully you know how to do it. So you need to pause the video and see if you can input the last matrices on your own. Can we even do it? Does it have the right number of columns on the first to match up with the rows on the second? So look at your size, put it in the calculator, and hit enter. Pause the video now. Okay, so let's look at the size. I hope you tried it on your own. This is a 4 by 3. And this is a 3 by 3. Those match up. We know that when we're done, we'll have a 4 by 3 matrix. Put it in. Going to use the same one again. Okay, there's my matrix A again. Second mode. Go back in, go over to edit, go down to B, and this time I want a 3 by 3. Okay, check and make sure you got it right. Second mode, second enter. I've used the same ones again to multiply them, and here we go. So as you can see, it takes longer to put it into the calculator than it does to do the math. Okay, so I've copied it down. I've got my 4 rows and 3 columns. That's what we expected because those are your outside dimensions. And that's how you use a calculator to multiply. You can do the same thing with adding and subtracting. To add or to subtract, you have to remember that you must have the same size matrices to do that. If they're the different sizes, it just simply doesn't work. I know I'm successful when I can solve matrices with a calculator. So this is matrix multiplication.